Hey everyone, I'm Jessa, and I've built a platform to help inspire women just like you to get confident, organized, and to take control of your finances. Because I feel that once you've got control with money, you can go out and truly live your best life. And every Wednesday, I come to you with fresh content in a short video that I hope is valuable. Today, we'll be discussing what are 5 important questions to ask a financial advisor that you're considering partnering with. If you know anyone that this content might be useful to, I would be so grateful if you would share this with them. All right, so the 5 questions to ask your financial advisor. Number 1, you want to find out if they're a fiduciary. So what does this mean? If they're a fiduciary, what this means is that yes, a fiduciary is required to act in the best interest of you, the client. If they say no, they're not a fiduciary, then they're required to act in the best interest of the law. And so one example of how this can play out is, let's say that your financial advisor is recommending a fund to you that mimics the S&P 500, which is basically a proxy for America, the 500 biggest corporations in America. There are tons of funds that do this. Let's say that there's one that has an expense load of 2%. And let's say another one has an expense load of 0.01%. You want a fiduciary because a fiduciary is going to be obligated to provide you the recommendation of the lowest expense fund, right? So they'll give you that 0.01% recommendation and you'll be saving money on fees. Question number 2. You want to understand how your advisor is paid. So there's really 2 lanes of how advisors are paid. One is going to be fee-based, and so they're going to charge a fee for their services and their investment advice. Sometimes they'll have a flat fee for some sort of suite of offerings, or for maybe building that initial financial plan, and then maybe they charge you hourly for advice thereon after. Or the other type will be a commission-based advisor. So they might charge you a percentage of your assets under management. So let's say you find an advisor and they have a 1% fee. Well, if you have a $100,000 portfolio and they charge 1%, 1 to 2% is the average, then you'll be paying them $1,000 annually for their services. So get really clear on how they're paid, fee-based, transaction fees, all of those questions, and really dig in to understand. Question number 3, you want to understand their qualifications. So are they a CFP? Are they a CPA? Are they a CFA, right? Like, what are their credentials? And even further, get their education. You could also ask for references. So could you recommend a couple of clients that you've worked with before? You want to find someone that you feel really good about, and you want them to have the right amount of expertise so that you feel confident that they'll be an expert at managing your money. Number 4, you want to understand what their ideal client looks like. So oftentimes financial advisors might have a niche of the clients that they serve. For example, they may have a niche for helping medical doctors, or maybe they help budding entrepreneurs, right? So you want to find what their niche is so that you can make sure wherever you are in life, you kind of fit into their specialty. The other type might be a demographic. Maybe they work with millennials. Maybe they work with a lot of boomers. Finding someone that works with a lot of people that are like you should give you assurance that they'll be able to give you great advice in line with what you're looking for. Okay, number 5, you want to find out what their investment philosophy is. And this is their opportunity to really share with you, how do they diversify portfolios? Do they do ETFs? Do they purchase mutual funds? Do they purchase individual stocks? Are they actively trading often? Like, how do they grow their own wealth, right? You want to understand what their investment philosophy is. Oftentimes, as you, the client, you'll probably be given some sort of questionnaire to assess your risk level. But ask what they would do with their own money, right? Like, just get a feel for what their philosophy is and see if it sits well with you. The biggest thing is I've shared with you 5 questions today, but do not be afraid to ask questions to your advisor. The good advisors are going to be those who welcome the questions and even teach you along the way. So you pay more for a financial advisor than you would for a robo-advisor or self-managing your money. And so you want to be getting your money's worth. You want to be getting the best advice possible, and you want to feel really comfortable asking questions for that advice. So in conclusion, today I covered what are the 5 questions to ask a financial advisor that you're looking to partner with. And I hope this content was valuable with you. Next week, I'm going to be jumping into holiday planning. So did you know that the average American spends $1,387 during the holidays? Just to get ahead of it, I'm going to offer to you some tips on what to do for your holiday planning. So that's all I've got for you today. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you have questions or comments, feel free to shoot me a message. I'd love to hear from you, and enjoy the rest of your week.